doing? Of course, there's no one here but me. Let's see. Now. Okay, I'm just checking this out. They've changed so much since my time on YouTube before. And let's see where everything's at here. Don't have anybody here yet, so this is just sitting here waiting. I'm gonna move that fan out of the way. Who wants to sit and stare at a little thing? Well, I'll sit it here anyway. Just not as obvious. Probably won't have anybody in because I don't have hardly anybody on my channel yet. So I guess what I'll do. Wait a minute, let me turn that lamp off behind me. See how that does. Darken it down a little bit because it is a little bit bright. Let's see. Get this one. So this is a good practice. Oh yeah. Oh, that's much better. Much better. Much better. Oh, that got rid of a lot of glare. Okay, it looks better. Oh, let's see. Got one person. Hello, whoever's here. I'm live. Just checking this out because I haven't been live in ages. Hey, I've got makeup on. I thought I'd go ahead and put some makeup on so it scare people half to death. What are you doing, Nana? But I wanted to get back into the swing of things. Been working my tail off to get things squared away here. Get back in rhythm. It's tough. It's been a hard year since losing my mom. I thought I'd go ahead and let me see. Let me check something. Switching over here. That's the wrong thing. Let me close that out. Okay. I'm just like I said, I usually use my Internet Explorer, so this thing needed me to have Chrome going, which I already had. I just don't use it. So I had to get that set up with this account. And I think it was Indigo. Did a video. Let me check here. It's been a few days ago. If I can find it. Where are you at, Indigo? Yo, Indigo. But anyway, there's been a lot going around here in our community off and on, I've seen, for a bit of time. It's not brand new. The first one I saw talk about it was Alvine down in Australia. But they're talking about shadow work. And I saw a video that Lady Grave Dancer did. And of course, she nails it. She usually does. It is ongoing. This isn't something that you do one time and done. It's not one and done. And I've got a lifetime of shadow work that I'm working through. A lifetime of things that I have survived, been through, done to me, whatever. So yeah, it's part of life. It's part of life. Anything you go through for the bad, so to speak, is going to create traumas in your mind and your spirit, your heart, that you need to work through. You can't just bury them and ignore them and go on. The piper will come due one day. So whoever's here, if you could just give me a quick shout out in the chat, let me know. Can you hear me okay? Can you see me all right? Because I can't tell from my side. Everything's looking okay here, but I'm not sure if you can hear me. I don't know if I may have to put my headphones on. Oh, thank you, sweetie. Can you hear me okay? Is this thing picking my voice up? If not, I'll put my headphones on. It's got a mic on it. Okay. All right. Like I said, I can't tell from my end of it. Hey, sweetie. Hi. So, okay. Thank you. I haven't done this in so long that I wasn't sure if my laptop was even working right. You can see I've got everything set up around me. When you go to look at the video I uploaded before going live, I give you a little tour around here. On the wall back behind me to the right, let me show you real quick. These are wood. My mama painted this stuff. And she did a lot of ceramics and stuff too, as you know. Get you on there straight, buddy. Come on, get straight. Don't be drunk. Okay. Anywho, but that she did. There's 3 little things over there that she did. I've just got stuff all around me that's got stuff that my mama did. She made, and it's special to me. Now, me and my mama, we had a kind of relationship off and on through the years. I am self-taught, sweetie. I am self-taught. And there's still a ton that I don't know, but I'm trying to get to where I know what the heck's going on. And like I said, I haven't done this in so long, and YouTube keeps changing everything. It drives me crazy. I've been on YouTube so long. I was on back when you had your own channel. You could decorate it. You could put your own background on it. That's how long I've been on YouTube. But I had a completely different channel, and it was focused on politics. And I got back into politics after Mama died because, face it, politics makes you angry. It pisses you off. And when you're already pissed off because you lost your mama, what better way to vent it out, right? Instead of holding it all in. So I got into politics for the past year and buried my anger under the political anger about stuff. And then finally I said, you know what? I'm done. I know how I'm going to vote. I know what I believe. I know in my heart what's right and wrong. And I don't want to deal with the politics. I'll go and do what I need to do, but I cannot physically change anything from where I'm at. All I can do is vote, throw my support behind who I believe in, and there's a lot of big money involved in that, and it drowns out the little people. It's the way it is. I need to focus on me. If that sounds selfish, tough. I've been through hell. And I knew that I needed to get Lindy together. That's my nickname in life is Lindy. On here, I'm Willow Night Owl. That's my persona here, just like everybody here's got a persona. But I knew I needed to get myself balanced. And that's why I walked away from all that. I haven't watched the news in 2 months, guys. I literally have not turned on the news. The only time I see the news is if somebody posts something on Facebook, or if I'm at a patient's house and they've got it on. And then they'll have it on the news channel that I hate the most. So I'm not going to go into it because I know everybody's got different political beliefs. I want to walk in love. You cannot do it and get tied up in politics. I'm telling you. Have your political concerns. Do what you feel is right, but don't let it consume you because it will. It'll chew you up and spit you out. Let me see. Yeah. Hello, everybody. Oh, I'm so happy. I get 3 people in here. This is cool. That's what it's showing me. Yeah, this is cool. Because like I said, I don't have a big channel because I'm starting over. So I'm starting from scratch, and it's hard. They've made it even harder, in my opinion, to build a channel up than it used to be. But no, I live north of Nashville, and I live out in the country. If you look back at some of my other videos, you'll see. Yeah, I live between Springfield and White House, Tennessee. So it's more country. It's still kind of spread out kind of suburb. Because got a house next door, and across the street. And I've told you in another video about the one that used to live next door, which was a crazy situation. But yeah, this is where I live. I love Tennessee. It's my home state. I don't love everything about it, but who does? Who loves everything about where they live? And there's just certain things that draw you. I am a Tennessee girl. I love the country. If I had the money, I'd be going out to the mountains. That's probably where I'd live. But I just thought I'd go live and see who was around today and figure out if this stuff is going to work for me, if I get it working right. Let's see. Yeah. Well, hello everybody that's here. Let's see. We've got Robbie's Media Movie Shop. Hello. And let's see. And Kathy Boat. Hello. I don't want anybody to think I'm ignoring you. Trying to get, like I said, trying to get back into the swing of things, and it's tough. So much to keep up with. See, I give y'all an opportunity to chat back and forth in real time. That's cool. But if you see my video, you probably noticed on my TV, you'll see Lady Grave Dancer. I was listening to her because it's my son's old TV. It's a smart TV, and he got it set up for me so I can play my YouTube channel on there. And I just had her videos going while I was working in here, getting stuff done, getting ready to do this. All right, so I think what I want to go back on is what I was talking about before was they call shadow work. You can call it all kinds of names. Shadow work almost makes it sound kind of glamorous, but it's not. It's brutal. If you get real honest with it, it's painful. It's hard to do. We've all had trauma in our lives. I have not met anyone, especially female. Every female I have ever met in my life has had some kind of bad thing happen to them just because they're female. It's really heartbreaking. It's really, really sad that you're a target just because you're born female. And it creates a lot of damage. And I think that's one of the things that draws a lot of us to this path, whether it's paganism, Wicca, just flat out witchcraft, shamanism, whatever it is. Because when you go to the others, you're not empowered. You're sit out there with the crowd, and you got to sit there like a lump on a log and be told this and told that and ordered around. That doesn't empower you. But when you get into this path, you've got tools. There are things you can do, and you are in control. You at least have some measure of control. And I think for us, it's very healing. I know it is for me. I know it is for me. It's very healing to know I can go over there and I can fire up those candles and I can get my incense and do whatever and effect some sort of change. It gives you, you don't feel like a helpless victim. You don't feel like a helpless victim. And that is crucial because this world, in my opinion, as a female, this world will beat you down. And you need tools to fight back, to be strong, and learn what you need to learn in this life. Because that's what we're here to do. We're here to learn it and help each other and be the best that we can be. And that sounds like a be the best you can be. But it's the truth. That's why I call every day my do-over, do a better day. When I'm going to work every morning, I am greeting All Source, All Mother, All Father. I go through different deities that I feel close to and affinity for. And I am appreciating and thankful and grateful for another day of life, a do-over, do better day. Whether it's raining or the sun shining, it's another day of life, and I'm grateful for that day of life. It's a day to do over and do better. Yesterday's gone. It's a canceled check. Tomorrow, just a promissory note. Today is your cash in hand. This is the day you have. Forget what's behind you. Work through whatever damage you may have from what you may have done, shouldn't have done, or what others have done to you. Forgive yourself, learn your lessons, and then focus on now. That's the key to me. Yep, it's hi, Missy. Hey. It's hard. I'm going to have one of those disorders or something, trying to do this and talk to here too. Keep up with everybody. I'm happy you're here. Thank you very much for saying hey. So hot. Oh, no, honey. I'm 60 years old. Not me. No, but oh, where's Jaden at? I'm not seeing. Oh, yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah. 60, going on 999. But in my heart, I'm still 16. So what do? 48. You're coming up strong. You're coming up strong. I know you just having fun with this Tennessee accent too. Hey, one of my favorites to watch is Lady Grave Dancer. She tickles me. I just watched on there when her videos was running through as I was busy around here. And she had a hot mess of a video where she hadn't done any editing. And she's trying to do video sitting in the floor and her dogs was all over. I was busting out laughing. I think it's one of the things I love about her because she is just real. She does not put on any air. She'll put her makeup on and make herself feel good, powerful, and look good and all. But she is who she is. She is who she is. And I love that. I love that kind of down-to-earth thing. Yeah, I'm glad she's back too. I really am. She's amazing. She's amazing. And I know she has been through some hellish times too. My gosh, if you watch one of those videos, I sat here and cried. It's where she was talking about shadow work she did. I mean, the stuff that we go through, my Lord. What was done to her at 5 years old? Holy Hannah. I've had bad things happen too, and I'm sure you guys have. That really takes the cake. And you know, I think this is what's hard. Most of us, we've come up through the church one way or the other, visited. Okay, bye, Missy. Thanks for popping by, sweetheart. Good to miss you. You be blessed. But when you go to church, and for me, I was in the church for a long time. Got out of it because of what happened to me with my first marriage. That's something I'll talk about. But went back really to please my mother and my oldest son. My oldest son preaches at a church in another state where they live. But I can't do it anymore. I can't. It's not me. It's not who I am. And I don't believe that way. And I believe there's a whole lot of falsehoods taught as truth. And it upsets me terribly. Oh, girl, you really went to it. Catholic and Baptist. Woohoo! If I had a hat, my hat would be off to you. That's awesome. It's not to hurt anybody's feeling that's still in church or whatever. I mean, you believe as you choose to believe. You know, I believe as I choose to believe. But it hurt me. They really hurt me a lot. And when you guys find out a lot of stuff I went through, you'll understand more. I'm very much damaged goods in a lot of ways because of things that I've survived. Which most of us are. You know, it doesn't make me any different than anybody else. We're all damaged goods to one extreme or another. Some it might be a little bit, some it may be a big bit. You learn to cope. You learn to cope. You have to learn to cope, get through this life. I do believe in reincarnation. And so suicide's not an option. Because you're just going to make it worse for yourself when you come back. You go taking yourself out of here, Spirit's going to say, back. Learn. It ain't easy. I'm in a very bad situation right now because of losing my mama. Let me tell you a little bit about that. I've got a brother that passed away back in February 3rd, 2006. He was here. He was a truck driver for over 20 years. And he got cancer really bad. And I'll never forget when he was coming here. He lived in Oklahoma. But he had to stop here. He was coming to visit us. And he called me. He says, Lindy, I need you to come pick me up. I can't go any further. So he parked his truck at the Hardee's in White House. I went and picked him up. When he got out of that truck, I was absolutely shocked. My brother was a tall, thin man. He literally looked like a cowboy. And he wore the cowboy hat, the shirt, the jeans, the boots, the whole 9 yards. But he was so bloated. He looked sick. He was pale. I'd never seen anybody look so sickly as he did. So anyway, brought him home. Mom and Daddy took one look at him, said, we're taking him to the hospital. And he says, not until I have a shower. So he went and took a shower. Mom and Daddy then took him to Skyline. And as soon as they saw him, they put him in ICU. And that's when we found out he had full-blown cancer. And hold on. Excuse me. Swallowed my cough drop. Anyway, they had him in ICU. They had him on life support for a while. He went into a coma. It was bad. It was really bad. But anyway, that was in summer of 2005, like July, thereabouts. I think like all the really bad stuff happens in July for us. He stayed with us. Mom and Daddy were taken back and forth for chemo and everything. And then Christmas, they stopped his treatments. His two boys, they were kids then. They're grown now with kids. But they came to see him, his ex-wife. They had gotten divorced just before he found out he was sick. It's because it was affecting his brain. The cancer had gotten into his brain. It was so bad. It started in his lungs, went to his all his lymph nodes, and it went up his spine to his brain. He was just in hell, living hell. So anyway, they got to spend that last Christmas with him. And I'll never forget when he walked back here in January. He had just come back from a doctor's visit with Mom and Daddy. He looked at me, fired up a cigarette, because it was too late by then. So he went and fired up a cigarette, tears just pouring down his cheeks. And he looked at me and says, well, Lindy, that's it. And I said, what? He says, they're not doing any more treatments. They said there's nothing else they could do. He was absolutely squalling. He says, I won't get to see my boys grow up. February 3rd, I was in there, sitting cross-legged in the bed beside him, holding his hand, talking to him, telling him over and over again, I love you, Benny, I love you. 3 days before that, I had been walking down the hall, and he was coming out of the bathroom. And I looked at him and said, I love you, Benny. He says, I know. He says, I love you too. With all my heart. And that's when he had gotten in the bed. He went into a coma for 3 days after that. And then February 3rd, I was sitting in the bed holding him. And I remember the clock, the digital clock on the headboard flipped over to 4:40 p.m. when he took his last breath. And I thought that was the hardest thing I'd ever done in my life. And it was at that point. To sit there and hold my brother's hand as he fought so hard against death. If you think that's not going to mark you, it does. But then last year with my mama, I took her to the ER towards the end of April. Right up here at Northcrest here in Springfield. And she was having all kinds of problems, didn't know what was going on. They took her back there to do x-ray. Doctor come in there. We've been there for a couple hours. And he come in there and told her, says, I hate to tell you this. He says, but you've got cancer. Said it's in your liver and it's all through your intestines. So in other words, he's basically told us then, without saying it, that's it. They put her through a lot. And surgery was done that I don't think should have been done in her condition. And that really fired up anger in me. A lot of anger. And we went through a lot of hell with her in and out of the hospital. And then she died. She died here again in the same room my brother did. And I went in there. My daughter was in there with my dad. And she come running back here screaming, she's gone, she's gone, she's gone. I mean, my daughter and my mom were real close. Me and my mama weren't. I wanted to be, but it was just something there. But went in there, and I had to help my daughter put her on the bed because she had died in the floor, in the bathroom doorway. So I'm picking up my mother's dead body, helping my daughter put her in the bed. So, yeah, I've had a lot of things hammer me. Rewind a few years back, this end of the house here. I've been here for probably 20 years, thereabouts. The agreement was this place is going to be mine because being a single mom is going to be awful hard for me to get a place of my own. So me and my mom, my dad had decided, okay, they had the house. We were going to build this end on for me. And I would pay for it. And I did. I worked my tail off, 12 and 16-hour days. I paid for this part of the house to have this built. This was actually a garage that we converted into an apartment for me. I paid for the connecting room to be built. For the whole thing, I paid for it. And then later on, I paid to have that porch added on. All of this, my hard-earned money, so that this would be mine. And then my youngest brother decided to leave his wife and moved in, which is fine. It's family. We found that termites had gotten into this connecting room. Probably was in some wood, some older wood we had used, part of the build. And it was bad. Oh, if I could find the pictures, you guys would be shocked. I mean, there was a hole in the support timber that big. Huge. I mean, they were eating where the bathroom used to be, just chewing it apart. They couldn't get it this end, thankfully, because what I had chosen to build this of is that it's more of a fake kind of wood. It's like a mix. It's got concrete in it, and they can't eat that. So I actually saved my bacon, so to speak, by making that choice years ago when I built this inside. But anyway, it meant we had to tear out that connecting room and rebuild it. So my brother, this is where it gets really bad. My brother talked my mother into refinancing the house and putting his name on the deed. And then he was dipping his fingers in the till until he got almost all the equity out of this house. It left me. We had enough. We got that built. That got done at least. So I had a new kitchen, a new bathroom. All that's redone. But whereas the house was almost paid for, he walked out of here with new cars for his daughters and spent money on construction equipment for himself and whatever else. Daddy saw the money was almost gone, and he took Mama and went in debt for a new car just to make sure Mama got something out of the deal. Me, I got my new kitchen and a new bathroom, but money was gone. So we're sitting here now. My daddy's 84. Well, we almost had the house paid for. Now, $129,000 owed on the house. And my brother living his life somewhere else. He's got him a new wife. But I think they've got all kinds of financial troubles and such. At this point in my life, I can't do what I did before. I work 12 and 16-hour days. I used to manage the portrait studios. Remember those portrait studios used to have at the Walmarts? And I worked 12, 16 hours a day. Between my tax returns and the money I made is what I used to pay for all of this. I can't do it now. I'm sick. 2 years ago, I wound up in intensive care because I didn't realize I had diabetes. I had hypothyroid, diabetes, high blood pressure. My body just give out all those 12 and 16-hour days that I've been working, take care of my kids and pay for this. Finally the bill come due. So shadow work, yeah, I've been doing a lot. Do I hate my brother? No. He's being who he is. It's a lesson to learn. It's a lesson that needed to be learned. And hopefully I've learned it. So I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how long I'm going to have my dad. I pray for many, many, many years. But if I lose my dad anytime soon, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll probably have to sell this place. And it's just not a good situation. So I'm doing whatever spell work I can. I'm limited on what I can do work-wise. I can only work part-time because of my physical condition. So, yeah, sometimes your shadow work's ongoing because it would be very easy for me to slide in to having a very negative, I hate myself. I hate my life attitude. And make no mistake, I've had days where I've done that. I've had days where I've sat here and I've cried so hard I thought my eyes were going to pop out of my head. I felt betrayed that my mom did that with him. Because she really hurt my dad and me. It wasn't just me she hurt. But she thought things were going to go different. Tried to warn her, but So anyway, that's the situation I'm in. So while I'm here, I'm creating as positive an environment in this house as I possibly can. I battle fatigue all the time because of my thyroid. I take medicine. I have to go to a clinic in Madison because I can't afford insurance. You can't afford it when you're working part-time. It's outrageously expensive. But because my kids are all grown and I'm at that in-between time in my life, I don't qualify for Medicare, Medicaid, and all that kind of thing. I'm not old enough to retire yet. So it's a challenge. It's a challenge, but, you do what you have to do. You learn the lessons you got to learn, and you roll with it. So anyway, that's my shadow work that I'm dealing with right now. This is on top of everything else on top of my life, but that's another whole other story. I'll just do a video on that later on. But I don't know who all's still in here. I've done bored everybody to death. Poor Kathy, she's already left. So, but anyway, I don't know how long this has been going for 31, almost 32 minutes. Me running my mouth. Hey, Kathy, good. I thought you were saying bye to them. Okay. Well, I'm glad you're still here. Well, see, I got a little channel. But you too, I love you because you stuck it out with me. Putting up with my boring self. This is my 60-year-old self. Oh, I had a picture handy. I've got it on my Facebook account somewhere of when I was young. I actually looked pretty decent back then. Age gets all of us sooner or later. So anyway, I don't know. I just thought I'd come on here and put that out there. Yeah, it's hard. I've shed my tears. I shed my tears. And for most of us women, the tears are in our heart every day. Every woman has got a veil of tears she carries in her heart. I believe that. I believe every woman is carrying that veil of tears. Because this life is harder on us than any man will ever understand. And there's a lot of men that need their asses kicked. But I don't know. My belief, we're supposed to learn to get along and help each other, not hate, not attack each other. But I see a lot of hate. It's just not me. It's not me. No, they don't. They have no idea. They don't know. No. It's so much it can't even be put into words. But anyway, I took a vacation the past week, and I worked myself harder than when I was working. I'm more tired now, but I was using that time to get things caught up here because when you are dealing with a burned out thyroid, by the time you're done working, even if it's a part-time job, man, you come home, the last thing you want to do is any work. So I've been trying to keep it down to dull roar, but I've got this area done. I'm real happy with this. This feels good in here. Now I got to get my kitchen. Oh, God, I don't want to do the kitchen. I hate dishes worse than anything. So, oh, me. But, yeah, well, I'm trying my best to stand on my own 2 feet the best that I can and figuring things out. And I know everybody's got stuff that they're doing. So I don't mind help, and I sure don't mind helping other people, but I hate asking people for help. But yeah, that's me. That's me. But if y'all watch that other video, be sure to let me know what you think. Because I got a lot of stuff around here I've been making and doing and redesigning and everything else. Give you a shout. Yeah. Sounds good. Sounds good. Oh man, I'm about to do that kitchen. That's kitchen's just I'm wanting to get it once I get the basics done, which won't take all that long, then I'm going to get it painted. I've got some white paint in there and I've got some little doodads. I want to make it like a ocean theme in memory of growing up in Charleston. I miss Charleston. I love Charleston. I'm a Tennessee girl, as well as I was born in Baptist Hospital. Then my daddy went in the Navy and got stationed down in Charleston. He had to because we were about to starve to death. But yeah, I grew up first 10 years of my life. That's the only childhood I had was Charleston. That was my childhood. And it's so beautiful. Oh, Folly Beach. Love it. I love the beach. Love the ocean. Hi, Heather. Hey. Yeah, I've been on here blah, 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 blah for the past 30 minutes. Good to see you. I'm glad you popped by. Yeah, I'm just kind of doing figuring out how all this works because it's been so long. And like I had said when I started this, they've changed so much. So I wanted to figure this out so I know what to do. Oh, you lived in Somerville. Yeah. Boy, that beach is something else. There ain't no other beach like there is around Charleston. There is no other place. I've been down in Florida, and I like Florida. But I love Charleston. And that's where one of my aunts lives. She come down there when she was young with my daddy. She went down there with my dad and us. So I grew up with her when I was a kid. Oh, my gosh, yes. Oh, but boy, better warn people about the skeeters. To give you a funny story. You know, when you're a kid, you got to go, you got to go. And we hadn't got there yet. And I was dying to use the bathroom. So Daddy pulls off the side of the road. And you got to remember, now this is like 60s. So you didn't have the interstates and all that stuff. So me and Mama went running behind the bush. And I was just hollering. Because by the time you drop your britches, wham, it must have been 5 Ben skeeters and made a beeline for my behind. So yeah, oh my goodness, the stories I could tell, just silly. It's crazy. Yeah, I know you're an interior decorator. I was just reading up through the comments there, and I know you had said you're an interior decorator. Yeah, but I couldn't afford to pay you, girl. Considering that I'm po folks, look at the previous video and see what you think about how I decorated with what I had, Dollar Tree and stuff. Welcome to my Dollar Tree interior decorating. Oh, mosquitoes are hell down there. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Oh, I appreciate it, sweetie. I do appreciate it. It means a lot to me. It touches my heart. Thank you. And I probably will be giving you a holler. But yeah, most of my stuff is a Dollar Tree or stuff that Mama had made. It's things like that. But I just got it set. It feels good. And that one, look at that. Look at that previous video and see that piece that I found. You know that antique store in Springfield? I found this there at that antique store. You'll see it. It's got a drop leaf on each side. It's 3 drawers. And they had Eastern Star stuff in that booth there. So I was like, interesting. But it's got on one side, it's got a little farmhouse and a willow tree. And on the other side, it's got like a little lamb and a willow tree. That's like, that was made for me. So I splurged and got it. And it's got some banged up stuff, and that's fine by me. I like it. Distressed is the chic term. You know, it's distressed. So I don't care. I love it. Yes. Oh yeah. It just gives it that, it's a certain life. It's like it brings it to life. I really do believe that things around us have a sort of life too. It may not be on the same level as us, but we're all energy. Everything is energy. Everything. No exceptions. Even plastic is energy. That's why my little rattle, people freak out. Oh, don't want to use plastic. Well, like Drew had pointed out, I was doing some recycling there. I hadn't even thought about that. But, it's man-made, and anything we make has got to be made from stuff that's already here. We're creators, but not on the level of the creator, of source. So, oh, I love it. Let me show you. You'll see it better now. You should be able to see it a little better. Let's get up. Be real still. Okay. See, it looks like stars with that glitter. Doesn't that look like stars? That is so cool to me. I love how that turned out. It's just a stick. But the feeling of it is, I don't know if this will pick up underneath, where I painted it with the gold and have the gold glitter. Yes. Oh, I love it. I love it. Love it. And it feels so good. It really feels good. It really does. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun to do. So we got 3 people in here. So who knows? One day maybe there'll be more. But you know what? I'm so happy you guys are here. It means so much to me. Thank you that y'all showed up. I really appreciate you guys showing up. That's so sweet. It's so sweet because I'm just a little nobody doing my little videos. So I got my doodads on my paraphernalia, my main ones that you'll see. I call it my paraphernalias, all my necklaces and stuff. I wear them underneath because I am still technically in the closet. Okay, I'm in the broom closet, as they say. My daughter knows. My son knows. My dad doesn't have a clue what it is anyway. But the rest of the family, I've got, oh my lordy and lady. I've got a cousin who's a big-time Baptist preacher outside of Washington, D.C. and Virginia. So you can imagine what the uproar would be. And I don't really care, but here's the thing. My aunt that lives down the driveway behind us here is my mom's twin sister. And I wouldn't for anything in the world want to upset her. She's already lost her twin, okay? So it's just common courtesy. It's kindness to not go, oh, I'm this, that, the other in your face, I don't care. I don't need to throw what I believe in anybody's face. I am who I am. I say, you do you and I do me. If somebody were to come and ask me, I'm not going to deny it. But I'm not going to go waving flags or either, declaring it. And I have to be careful because of the place I work at and the people I deal with. And the witch of Whitehall can verify. This is very churchy. There is a huge Bible Belt. We're above the buckle of the Bible Belt. Okay, Nashville is the buckle of the Bible Belt. Every Protestant religion, and I believe the Catholics too, have a headquarters in Nashville. It's where the Baptist bookstore is. So, yeah. Yeah, thanks, Heather. Yeah, right. Why rock the boat? So, it's just, there's been enough of people in my family losing my mom. It didn't just hurt me. There's a lot of people devastated by losing her. So, you're below Nashville. You're on the wrong side, girl. Get on up here with us. We can have us a 3-woman coven going. Woo! Boy, that's a heck of a drive down there. Yep. Heather knows. You got to be careful. And I work in home health. So the people I take care of definitely believe that way. So you're, you just made my day. That's good. That's really good. Yay, Heather. Oh, that's good. Well, let's see. We're going from 45 minutes. The three of us here. Used to live in the armpit. Oh my goodness. I'm like, everybody believe what you want to believe. I am one that believes in freedom of religion, and I take it seriously. That means if you want to be a Buddhist, a pagan, if you want to be a Satanist, as long as you're not hurting anybody, violating their freedom, go for it. That's the way I believe. That's the way I believe. But unfortunately, other people don't truly believe in real freedom. It's believe what I believe. I believe you should be free to believe as I tell you to believe. No, that's not freedom. That ain't how this works. That ain't how this works at all. But anyway, like I said, if you've ever watched, what is it? Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou? That's paraphernalia. So you hear me talk about my paraphernalias. That's all my necklaces and my doodads that I wear. But that's where I got off on that. I was talking about I wear it under my shirt when I'm at work. This I wear out, and my owl I'll wear out because that's you've seen that in videos. I think I've showed it. But that owl used to belong to my grandmother, my mama's mom, and she was a nut about owls. And I think that's where I got it. Loving owls. Yeah. So I will be very careful about what I wear and what I say. I know how to talk the talk. I know what they believe because I was there at one point. I can get along with anybody on that. You do what you do. But I respect them, and I know it wouldn't be returned because of what is believed. And I understand that. So it makes it real, you guys got to be careful. You got to be careful. All of owls. Yeah. So all you do is just go, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, because what's the point in arguing? You're not going to change anybody's mind. You're not. People are going to believe what people are going to believe. If it's somebody with an open mind that will have an actual discussion, it's like the three of us here, we could discuss points of differences in what we believe and not get pissed off. Say, well, you know what? That makes sense. But then I look at it this way, and you'd say, well, that makes sense. But then look at this. We could go back and forth and not get pissed because we don't feel threatened. We're not threatening each other. But the way other belief systems are set up, there's so much of yourself invested in that belief that it's got to be this way, or all these years I've invested in this belief system are just for nothing. And they get all tore up. Yeah, I know. That's what they do, isn't it? Satan, because to them, if you just take Hecate out of it, take every goddess and god figure out of it, just because there are actually atheist pagans. There actually are atheist pagans and atheist witches. That they don't believe in deities or anything. They're working with the energy. But even the fact of working with energy, the others would say, you're worshiping the devil. You can't win. You can't win. Because it's just programmed. That's the only way they can see the world. It's the only way they can see. You could take a hypnotist to hypnotize somebody and tell them this certain person's not in the room. And when they bring them out, they will not see that room. That's how suggestible our minds are. And that's what we're dealing with. It's like a hypnotic suggestion. If you look at how different services are arranged deliberately, the stand up, sit down, pray, 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 stand up, sit down, pray, 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 sing, sing, sing. It's a sing-song thing, and it puts your mind in a different wave state to where you're more suggestible. That's why it's done that way. What is ironic to me is it's not recognized that what they're doing is their version of magic. They're trying to do magic too. When you go down to an altar and you fall on your knees and you're praying and you're praying and you're trying to get that energy and get that, you're doing magic. You're doing magic. Mm-hmm. It is fear-based. And I had to do a lot of work. That was another part of the shadow work. I understand the term and it makes sense, but excuse me. Something got in my mouth. Anyway, I can't. It's a good term, but I mean, I don't want to sound like jump on the fad, because fads go around all the time. But part of it for me, for several years leading up to where I'm at now, is wrestling with what is taught. One of those big things I had a major issue with was the teaching about hell. And there was a website I had found where there was a man who used to be, and he used to work, he was Jewish or something, and got into different paths. I don't even remember all about him, but what he had said, it just blew me away. He said that the lake of fire in Revelation had nothing to do with a place called hell. He said back in the day when they had a temple, they had a brazier. That's what they call it, a brazier. Like a big giant bowl, huge bowl, that they had fire burning under it, and they put gold in it. And that's what the Bible's talking about when it's saying like burning the chaff off the gold, and it's burning all the impurities off. The lake of fire is referring to the purification of gold. That's your lake. And it becomes like glass, that when you've melted the gold down and removed all impurities, it's like glass. But that has been twisted to create fear. And if you go to a website called tentmaker.org, they've got a lot of things teaching about the different interpretation of what has actually been. And they show you that it doesn't mean forever. They show you that the hell is like Sheol in the Old Testament is referring to the grave, the state of being dead. Same thing for Hades. And it's talking about ages. It's not talking about forever. It refers to ages. Eon meant an age, a specific amount of time. So, I mean, all these things come together for me to break free of that fear-mongering tactic that's used to control people and keep them from stepping outside of that box. Yes, a lot of things have. I know what you mean, Kathy. It has been. Yeah, you're best not to, Heather. Honestly, if you haven't been indoctrinated into it, don't go there, because there is some truth in the writings, but you really have to dig and you really have to pay close attention, because in the Hebrew, there are so many meanings for different words. It's kind of like us, but way worse than English. You can have one word that means all kinds of things. Like cool for us might mean, just slightly cold, or hey, that's cool, man, But theirs is way worse. And they'll deliberately choose certain meanings so that they're controlling what you believe. You have to be careful. Yeah. Me, I want to be in a galaxy far, far away, being a Jedi Knight. That's what I want. I honestly, this may sound crazy. I don't care. I think George Lucas tapped into something, because I'll never forget sitting there seeing Star Wars the first time, and so help me, I always sit like on the fourth row in the middle because I want to really be in there, right? So I'm sitting there and I'm watching this, And they hit hyperdrive the first time. Brain went, pew! I went, whoa! It was like instant trip. Yes, meaning to suit their needs. I agree. But that's what, when I watched those movies, and I was still in church back then, it's like it tripped something in me. There's truth there. There is something there in those Star Wars movies that's touching on some truth. Yes, Lord of the Rings too. I do. I think, see, for me, Lord of the Rings, I think there was something like that way back when, like Atlantis type stuff. And that's the Gobekli Tepe. That's the era. It's of an age of magic. I don't know if you guys have ever watched the videos on YouTube about the electric universe, the theory that it's plasma and that Saturn was our original sun. And if you can find that, go search for it and watch those videos. It will blow your mind because it makes sense. And the funny looking drawings that you find in so many Aboriginal sites, whether it's in North America or Australia, whatever, people that have worked with plasma say those are actually shapes created by plasma discharges. You have to watch it because it describes the planets being lined up differently with Saturn, and it would make sense. If you can find it, watch it. I strongly recommend watching those videos because it will really help you to understand something massive happened. Something massive happened in this solar system that we haven't been told about. And either scientists are in denial about or they're hiding, which it doesn't surprise me. There's so much hidden from us. It's not a shocker. But, you've got some that will rock the boat and try to get the truth out there, and then they're labeled, freaks and nuts, and they don't know what they're talking about. And usually years later, they're proven right. But if you can find that, start looking for Electric Universe and Saturn Original Sun or something like that, and watch the videos. It is amazing. It will really make you go, whoa. It's cool. It is cool. Yeah, definitely watch those. It will explain a lot of how things have changed on this planet. I think we've got racial memories in our DNA that things were different. I think our DNA was tampered with. I'm one of these people that thinks there's a possibility ancient aliens could be right, at least partially so, because there's no missing link. Evolution makes sense to a point, but there's no missing link. That's the problem. I think it's more of an adaptation than evolution in some instances, including us. We're not adapted for this planet. You can find videos talking about that the human species, really, we are not. Other animals are. Other animals are definitely indigenous to planet Earth, but we're like an implant, or maybe we were the result of genetic experimentation. That's where you get in looking at the Anunnaki stuff. But that's me. I love all that stuff. I'm open-minded to check anything out because I don't think we know half the stuff we think we do. I really don't. Lots of mysteries. And I like having some mysteries. If you know everything, how boring would that be? So, we've been going on here almost an hour, guys. I mean, blah, 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 blah. Maybe one time we can get us something going and get some other people in too. I don't know how you do that, get other people in on the video. That'd be fun. So that I'm not the only one sitting here running my mouth. So, okay, well, I think I'm going to go ahead and end this now. It's 4:05. My son will be coming home anytime. So, I'm so glad y'all come by here. Thank you so much. I love you. Hugs and love. And always pay attention. That's I'll say, blessed be blessed. There's a reason for that. Because I'm telling you, be blessed. People don't catch. Blessed be has become like high and by. And I think it's more intent I'm putting my intent. I want you to be blessed because I do love you. I really do. Love you. Bye, Heather. Bye, Kathy. Bye. Hello. I love that. It's so sweet. Hopefully, I'll get to meet you face to face soon, girl. Love you. Catch y'all later.